Season 2012-13 was an unforgettable campaign in Rangers history, as the 54-time league winners were forced to start from the bottom tier of Scottish football. The club's loyal fans rallied round in support of their beloved team and followed Ally McCoist's men all over the country as the Light Blues cruised to the title and began the long road back to where they belong on a winning note. Season 2013-14 in the newly renamed League One was where the journey continued. After uncertainty regarding which division the club would be in, and having had few players at his disposal in the summer of 2012, it was a very different situation 12 months on for Ally McCoist. He was able to put his squad through its paces in what he considers to be one of the best pre-seasons he's experienced in his time at Ibrox.
You know, it went really, really well. You know, there was no hitches at all with any of the facilities or the travelling, or indeed any of the games. Everything went, you know, just about according to plan, really. Obviously, the main thing is the players are ready for the start of the season, and we felt that they were. So, from that point of view, as I say, as poor as the one previous to that was, last season was you know, we were very, very happy with it.
It was an enhanced pool at that, as 9 new players agreed to join Rangers, with Cammy Bell, John Daly, Nicky Law, Nicky Clark, Stephen Smith, Richard Foster, Bilal Mosny, Arnold Peralta and Steve Simonson all coming in and later being registered when the club's transfer embargo ended. After the first steps to full fitness were taken at Murray Park, the team went on 2 pre-season training camps. The first of those was in the north of Scotland, where in glorious weather the Light Blues defeated Brora Rangers and old 3rd Division rivals Elgin City 2-0 and 1-0 respectively. A single Lewis McLeod goal was enough to secure victory at Bristol City before the squad headed to Germany for another week of intense preparations. Based at the magnificent Klosterfort Hotel in Marienfeld, a base Rangers had used before, they played 2 more friendlies, and in the first, Lee McCulloch's goal was enough to see off local lower league side FC Gütersloh. The new look squad was then up against much tougher opposition in Dutch 2nd Division team FC Emmen before returning home. There was time for one more warm-up match before the competitive action got underway, and after a 1-0 defeat to Sheffield Wednesday in front of a terrific travelling support at Hillsborough, it was time to face Albion Rovers in the first round of the Ramsdens Cup.
Handball perhaps by Lewis McLeod. Not so, says the referee. Is touch from Nicol almost gave an opportunity for Albion Rovers, but it's now Rangers to break at pace. Law's getting in the danger area. Nicky Law gets the opener. Now Nicky Law curls it home. Nicky Law at the double. I'll tell you what, dial 999 because Nicky Law's on fire. Rangers double the lead. 2 minutes short of the interval. It's the Nicky Law show. A wonderful touch from Daly. Here's Ian Black. It's 3-0 Rangers. I think it's fair to say the manager enjoyed that one. Templeton gets a break of the ball. David Templeton, well, a stunning finish from Templeton. Absolutely stunning finish. Within 7 minutes, of David Templeton's introduction. It's an exocet of a finish. You don't save them. It's Albion Rovers 0, Rangers 4.
Before the trip to Station Park to take on Forfar, Arnold Peralta scored his first goal for the club with a stunning free kick in a 1-1 friendly draw with Dundee at Dens Park. With all of their new signings ineligible to play, Rangers were to limp out of the League Cup at the first stage, losing 2-1 in windy conditions to fellow League One side Forfar in extra time. It was a hugely disappointing result for the team, but with the league campaign kicking off just a week later, there was no time to dwell on the setback, and a midweek visit from English Premiership side Newcastle United helped to raise spirits as the Light Blues came within minutes of a shock victory. A near sellout crowd turned out to see Rangers start their League One campaign at home to Brechin City. The match was preceded by the unfurling of the Division 3 Championship flag, with that honour bestowed upon club legend Sandy Jardine, as he returned to Ibrox 9 months after being diagnosed with cancer. It was a special moment as the former fullback was given a rapturous welcome while the previous season's title was celebrated once more.
Who better to unfurl this flag? The man who basically grabbed the club by the scruff of the neck in times of trouble. Simply the best could be written for William Puller Jardine. Sandy Jardine does the necessary. And there is what it was all about last campaign. Taken quickly back to Law. Wonderful feet from Nicky Law. He fancies it from there. There's through traffic. A tap in! The opening goal is Chris Hegarty's. Nicky Law! Nicky Law for his third Rangers goal, and Alan McCoist is absolutely delighted. Carcary with the delivery. It's a teasing ball. Rangers do defend it in numbers. Inventive effort, and it's in. The overhead kick there. Well, my goodness, it's a wonderful effort from Stephen Jackson. Andy Little makes a lone figure in there. He's leaning into it. The penalty's the award. But Andy Little, I have to say, looked as if he played for it. There's a straight red card for McLean for the challenge along the way. Ian Black, is it a third for Rangers? Saved with the follow-up. Black delivers home. Well, Graham Smith gambled and got it right, but Ian Black, in anticipation, first to follow up, and a bit of a bad stump, acknowledges his second competitive goal of the season. Here's Nicky Law again. Now Dean Shields. It's all very tight and congested! Welcome back, Dean Shields. Welcome back, Dino. It's Rangers 4, Brechin 1.
The healthy winning margin on day one was anything but a one-off, and Rangers set a tone for their campaign in the month of August as they stormed to the top of the League One table.
Here's Wallace again, sweeps it in. This time it's headed away by McEwen. Ian Black through traffic! Ian Black gets Rangers in front, drilling the ball home. 5 minutes on the clock. Here's Andy Little. Is there a second on? Limited options. Doherty sticks to the task with vigour. Popped in, stretching all the way. Here's Lewis McLeod! 2-0 Rangers. Well, Lewis McLeod showed real composure. The goalkeeper came and committed himself. Here's Nicky Law with the delivery. The early header, McCulloch. He powers it home. Another one from the training ground. Handball surely. Not spotted by Mr. Finney. Rangers just got on with business. Crawford gets it from McLeod. McLeod gets it back from Crawford, and that's the opener. Rangers get their nose in front. Lewis McLeod, 18 minutes on the clock. Second ball crucial. Here's Andy Little, surely. Fine finish, but again, one from the training ground. Wallace is on the charge. Oh, and he's going to get on the end of this one as well. A delightful delivery. Lifts his head across the face. Is there a finish here? Drilled home with real aplomb. Robbie Crawford makes it 3. 10 yards, I think, was the suggestion. Or rather, it wasn't. Here's Lewis McLeod. It's not very tight and central. Law keeps it alive. Crawford bobbles a bit. John Daly gets his goal. Perseverance for Rangers. John Daly makes it 4. 66 minutes on the clock. He does break the duck in Rangers colours. Four goals, 4 scorers. Wonderful football again from Rangers. Nicky Law absolutely shelling peas. Andy Little the provider. Nicky Law the executioner. Ali McCoist plays his joker. And Rangers rack up 5. Oh, 3 goals from Rangers in a 20-minute spell since the interval. They might not be finished yet. Crawford again, Andy Little that's causing all sorts of problems in there. Here's John Daly again. Nifty footwork from Daly, and it is indeed. Rangers go sets a double for Daly. Well, you see what that means.
It was just an excellent performance to start to finish, from start to finish. We scored some great goals, and we're really solid. Had a brilliant atmosphere. There's something about that Friday night, you know, it was just a great atmosphere, and we performed really well.
It's definitely up there as one of the best away games we've produced, and on a personal level, it was obviously great to get off the mark and score my first goals for the club. And yeah, it was a great night, I think, for everyone involved.
After 2 resounding away wins in the league, Rangers got back to Ramsden's Cup business as Andy Little and Barry Mackay scored within a minute of each other to defeat Berwick at Ibrox in round 2 and set up a quarter-final tie with holders Queen of the South. From there it was back to the league, and despite captain Lee McCullough scoring over 100 career goals at that point, he had never yet managed to score a hat-trick. That was about to change in spectacular fashion.
Thumps it long, looking for Lee McCullough restored to a striking berth. Support immediately from Nicky Clark! What a way to start the game! 30 seconds on the clock. The front pair combine. Nicky Clark opens his scoring at Ibrox. Quite sensational. Here's Lee Wallace. Pops it in again, looking for McCullough! It's 2-0. Wonderful weighted delivery. The vice-captain says to the skipper, get yourself on the end of this one. Here Wallace again. Wonderful delivery, shelling peas. Well, East 5 switch off. Again, great build-up, and it's the pairing of Wallace and McCullough. They are working as a double act today. Clark's in the traps, he just goes for a central ball. It breaks for Lewis McLeod. Oh, you don't save them. You do not save them. Lewis McLeod, technique aplenty. What a stunning volley. It's 4-0 Rangers. Black now for Kyle McCausland. McCullough's going central, a teasing delivery. McCullough again. That's quite simply sensational. It's a measured ball from McCausland. The manager acknowledges it. It's a hat-trick for the skipper. And Rangers going to town here. Rangers 5, East 5 0. Peralta holds it up and he's robbed by Chisholm. Chisholm pops it in looking for Irwin. Clever delivery. Mosney can't get too tight there. Irwin forced away from goal. Back for Alan Cook. Goes for the dink. My goodness, Arbroath have opened the scoring. Wonderful finish from Alan Cook. That's a great delivery looking for Daly. It's headed away by Banjo. Templeton can't get anything on it. It falls for Nicky Law through traffic. Might yet fall for Mosney! Rangers back on terms. A debut goal for Bilal Mosney. Peralta with the delivery. Lee McCulloch! It's 4 in 2 games. The referee has given the goal. Peralta, the set play, hits the wall. Suggestions of a hand as it breaks for Lee McCulloch. Oh! Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Lee McCulloch, take a bow. An extra set of a finish. The goalkeeper may have got sight of it on the way back out. Templeton disguised ball, Andy Little. Is there a finish? There certainly is. Rangers get the 4th. Pops it in again. Lee McCulloch! Can you believe it? A hat-trick! Back-to-back hat-tricks for Lee McCulloch. The Rangers going up. It's Rangers 5, Arbroath 1.
I still couldn't explain it to you. I don't know how it's happened. It's alright if you're playing up front to get the 3 goals, and then you go back to centre half next week and I'm half thinking, what a chance to get more goals, and then all of a sudden I've scored 3, and my second goal that day is probably the best in my career. I've just caught it sweet and nice to see it going into the top corner of the net, and that definitely is probably the best goal I've ever scored.
The match with Arbroath was the first time manager Ali McCoist had all his new signings available, with the registration embargo finally over. The increased competition for places was evident, as Rangers went on to score 17 times over the course of 4 matches in September, with just 1 in reply.
Corner for Rangers, just a few minutes into this game. Peralta swings it in to McCulloch at the back post, and it's a goal from Mosney. Only 8 minutes on the clock, and it's the ideal start for Rangers. Opportunity for Law into the box, and it's a goal for Daly. It's 2-0 to Rangers, and that surely books their place in the semi-finals of this competition. And Crawford with the corner on the right. Hanging ball into the area. There's McCulloch, and there's the 3rd goal. It's another goal from a set piece, the 3rd of the match for Rangers.
Swanky has the hard yards to do to put some pressure on the ball. Lofted long again to the edge of that 18-yard box, only cleared as far as David Templeton. He plays it in Andy Little! The deadlock is eventually broken with half-time pending. Forfar switch off, suicidal defending, unselfish play from Templeton. Feeds it into Andy Little, and he makes no mistake from around 8 yards. Rangers get their nose in front at Station Park.
Stenhousemuir were the visitors to Ibrox at the end of the month, and before kick-off, 400 members of the Royal Navy, Royal Marines, the Army and the RAF were welcomed as special guests of the club. The supporters showed their appreciation to these brave men and women as they were treated to a spectacular abseil from the top of the Govan stand, with the match ball then being handed over to the officials so that play could commence.
To our armed forces, we salute you. Wonderful entrance. What little here I have left is standing to attention this afternoon.
Well, it's under your arm, Tom.
Here they go. They're going to get some cheer. The Royal Marines making an entrance. Black pops it in. John Daly! Rangers get the breakthrough. 2 minutes on the clock. His 4th goal in blue. Wonderful delivery, Ian Black back in the side today. And a majestic header from John Daly. Way to the far side now. Lee Wallace gathers from his former Hearts teammate Ian Black. He wants the give and go with Lewis McLeod, goes in behind all the way. Higgins tracks the run. Wallace terrorises him. 2-0 Rangers. Perseverance from Lee Wallace. A double for Daly. Law knocks it in again. Law looking for a header. Breaks to Ian Black. It's all tight and congested in there. And again, Bilal Moshney, the goalkeeper, palms it away, but it counts nonetheless. It will go as an own goal. Andy Little got the touch. It cannoned off the hip of the unlucky defender, Ross Smith. There's Foster. There's a teaser again. It bounces and it's a goal. John Daly will take home this evening. A Jiggy McCulloch. 4-0 Rangers. A hat-trick for Daly. There's Ian Black. Oh, it's in behind. Lee Wallace hasn't scored since Boxing Day. He does today, though. Lee Wallace makes it 5. He literally appears out the ether. But what a wonderful spot from Ian Black. The sublime finish from Lee Wallace makes it Rangers 5, Stenhousemuir 0. There is no flag this time, there's a cavalry charge. It's 3v1. Nicky Clark across the face. John Daly goes one better than DJ. It's JD over DG. It's John Daly with his 4th of the afternoon. Long searching ball from Black. Crawford knocks it in as well. Clark tries the unorthodox. Nicky Law! No. Yes, it is. It's 7. It's 7. The final touch coming from David Templeton. Knocked in by Crawford. Overhead kick potential. Oh, it's in the net! 8-0 Rangers! Moshney with the bicycle kick. Rangers 8, Stenhousemuir 0, Moshney the scorer.
So obviously it was great for me to score 4 goals and great to get off the mark at Ibrox.
For the entire 90 minutes, we were on top of our game, really. Some really good individual performances, but as a team and collectively, I thought, that's probably as well as we played.
We took the goals well, and I'm not so sure about my goal, but it stood anyway, and that was all that mattered for me.
I thought Billy's goal was special. It really was a special goal, the overhead kick. And it probably was made all the more special for him with his family being over for the first time. And that must have been a great, I know it was a great moment for him. So at this moment in time, proving to be a fan's favourite, which is great.
With just 7 League One games played, Rangers had already built a 5-point lead over their nearest rivals, Dunfermline. October was going to be a crucial month for the Light Blues, with all 4 games taking place away from Ibrox, starting with a short trip down the M77 to Somerset Park, where Ayr United were beaten 2-0.
Here's Mosney, chance for Bilal Mosney, and it's a goal for Rangers. At last the deadlock is broken, and it's a 4th goal of the season for the defender Bilal Mosney. 55 minutes on the clock, the quick free kick from Ian Black, taken down by Andy Little, then Mosney takes charge, and on the turn he makes it Ayr United 0, Rangers 1.
Well done Ian Black again. How many times has it happened? He's put good balls into the box. It's well chested down by Andy Little, but what about that for a finish for a centre half? He's done it 4 or 5 times this season. He's just turned back to goal. What a strike that is into the back, and it's showing the strikers how it should be done. Well done Mosney, a terrific goal.
Peralta with the corner, there are men up. It's a glancing header from Andy Little. Mosney, overhead kick, and it's 2-0 to Rangers. What a fantastic strike from Lewis McLeod. And just as we said, Rangers having taken a lead, were keen to get a second, and indeed they have. It's now Ayr United 0, Rangers 2.
Well, what a fantastic goal from Lewis McLeod. You watched Mosney do it last week. The 8th goal against Stenhousemuir. What a strike that is. But again, it's the big centre half, it's up there. He's won the ball, knocked it back. Lewis McLeod, what a strike that is. It's a very, very difficult thing to do, to try and keep the ball down when your feet's in the air there. But look at that, goalkeeper, no chance. Wonderful goal, and that'll give Ali a smile on his face, because that gives Rangers that cushion now. What an execution that is. Well done, Lewis McLeod.
Glebe Park is a special place for Rangers after it hosted the first game on the journey back to the top against Brechin City in the Ramsden's Cup in July 2012. Extra time was needed back then to win 2-1, and the return there was every bit as tricky. It's a match which will be remembered for a remarkable second-half comeback after a stern talking to at half-time.
A decent delivery. That's a goal. Rangers go behind at Glebe Park. It was a free header for Graham Hay. As if it's going to be left for Brown. It's a drilled effort, my goodness. My goodness, a stunning goal. Rangers 2 down at Glebe Park this afternoon. McLeod again. Plays it long. Here's Daly. Oh, he takes a wonderful touch. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, John Daly! Rangers get a goal back. 25 minutes on the clock. Returning the compliment again, Andy Ryan, tracked by Richard Foster. Foster settling into the side well. Of course, Kyle McCausland. Heavy weather for Rangers. No, disaster for Nicky Law. It's Anderson with the finish. It's Brechin City 3, Rangers 1. Black, there's a bit of positioning going on in there. Daly gets the flick. It's in the net. The last touch of Bilal Moshne. It's Brechin 3, Rangers 2. Let's hope that the new ball brings some luck for Rangers. It's swept in by Law. It's a goal. Nicky Law has Rangers back on terms. Black launches it again as Rangers bomb bodies forward. Templeton. Smith elects to stick. Templeton fidgets it in. Nicky Clark! Nicky Clark on target! It's Brechin 3, Rangers 4.
He was brought to the club to score goals, and there you are. Could that be the winning goal?
They looked, as I say, as if they were going to score every attack in the first half, never mind anything else. 3-1 down, had a wee chat with the boys at half-time, and they came out and were tremendous second half.
That was certainly the game that you probably look back to where, as you say, some choice words from the manager and things like that just gave us that reminder that the league is tough and there's some good teams in it.
Losing 3 goals, we were disappointed that day. It was a real tough day for us. The weather wasn't great and we started really slow, but I mean it was one of them games that was a real turning point of the season. We managed to go 3-1 down at half time and we managed to win 4-3, so it was a great show of character from some of the boys.
And here's Bilal Moshne, Lewis McLeod.
See, there's Lewis McLeod coming back into his own half. I mean, Wallace is there to get that. Lewis McLeod should have been 20 yards further forward.
Curled in by Wallace, it's a teaser. Oh, it's an own goal, disaster for East Fife. Back for Lee McCulloch. Now they start it over again. Peralta back to the wide right area, hangs one up at the back post towards John Daly, loses his marker. John Daly with such a clever header. Peralta's delivery is absolutely sensational, and Daly says thank you very much and makes it 9 for the season. Law lurking with intent. Peralta's way in the far side as well. John Daly stretching them as well at the apex of the 18-yard box. Now Peralta gets involved. Pops it in again, takes a big deflection. Chased by Clark, round the corner for Nicky Law. Wanting it back from John Daly, but again, John Daly picks his spot. Comfortably heads it over the advancing goalkeeper. It's Rangers 3, East Fife 0. Here's Ian Black. Up for Daly again, just turns it back to Peralta. Daly's confidence is absolutely sky high since his double. Knocked in by Foster, chased by Lewis McLeod. Fizzes it back across. Oh, it's the hat-trick. Take a bow, John Daly. Well, 4-0 Rangers, East Fife sleep, and Daly does not need that second invitation, does he?
The end of October saw Rangers play in the semi-finals of the Ramsden's Cup for the first time, and John Daly's header 16 minutes from the end saw them progress again against Stenhousemuir. Next up was our first Scottish Cup tie of the season, as Airdrieonians came to Ibrox in the third round of the competition.
Peralta again. That's a better delivery. Oh, Lewis McLeod underneath it, shooting chance. John Daly! That's the opener! It's a baker's dozen for Daly. His 13th goal of the season. And Derek, you have to say, so composed. Took the touch, knew exactly what he wanted to do, and just picked his spot with the instep. It's Rangers 1 Airdrie 0. Here's Foster, getting it from Law. Knocks it in again, Daly's underneath it! It's a Daly double! 2 goals in 2 minutes for King John Daly. Low again, powering forward, looks to play it back, the late run from Templeton! 3-0 Rangers! David Templeton's 3rd of the season, Rangers 3rd of the night.
Dunfermline were always tipped to be Rangers' biggest rivals in the League One title race, and the team's first meeting of the season showed why that was the case, as a tasty encounter took its toll.
It's not long, but first to react there is Peralta, but it's flicked away by Whittle. There's a late challenge again there. It's the physical presence of Jordan Moore back in the side tonight, and he gets a yellow card. That's a very late and dangerous challenge on Lee McCulloch. Oh, wonderful feet from Templeton. Wallace goes over his shoulder. Scooped in again, Andy Little! Oh, saved by Scully. A reactive save and turn behind by Whittle. Their thoughts at the moment with Andy Little?
Well, fingers crossed he's all right.
Nicky Law, 5 goals for the season. Chips it in. Bit of positioning in there. Deflect header from Nicky Clapp, but down in the challenge.
It's a
Went Lee
penalty
McCulloch.
kick.
The penalty's awarded. McCulloch versus Scully. Lee McCulloch. Oh, what a penalty. Goal for Rangers. Lee McCulloch on target. It's knocked in the air. Daly! Oh, John Daly! What a great delivery from Sebastian Ford. Geoghegan with one over the top, looking for Smith. Wallace comes forward. Cammy Bell comes. It skids away in the greasy surface, and Dunfermline pull a goal back. It's just stroked home by Falkingham. Ian Black to take. Just chips it in. McCulloch makes a late run. The goalkeeper spilled it. The pressure still on. Morshney! Any doubt about it? It's all over. That's the 3rd from the big number 3. Bilal Morshney is Rangers 3, Dunfermline 1.
They're probably the most physical side we've came up against this season.
Robin Cook. Peralta again. That's a better delivery. Oh, Lewis McLeod underneath it, shooting chance. John Daly! That's the opener. It's a baker's dozen for Daly. His 13th goal of the season. And Derek, you have to say, so composed. Took the touch, knew exactly what he wanted to do, and just picked his spot with the instep. His Rangers won 8-0. Here's Foster, getting it from Law. Knocks it in again, Daly's underneath it! It's a Daly double! 2 goals in 2 minutes for King John Daly. There's Law again, powering forward. Looks to play it back, the late run from Templeton! 3-0 Rangers! David Templeton's 3rd of the season, Rangers 3rd of the night.
Dunfermline were always tipped to be Rangers' biggest rivals in the League One title race, and the team's first meeting of the season showed why that was the case, as a tasty encounter took its toll.
It's not long, but first to react there is Peralta, but it's flicked away by Whittle. There's a late challenge again there. It's the physical presence of Jordan Moore back in the side tonight, and he gets a yellow card. That's a very late and dangerous challenge on Lee McCulloch. Oh, wonderful feet from Templeton. Wallace goes over his shoulder. Scooped in again, Andy Little! Oh, saved by Scully. A reactive save and turn behind by Whittle. Their thoughts at the moment with Andy Little?
Well, fingers crossed he's all right.
Nicky Law, 5 goals for the season. Chips it in. Bit of positioning in there. Deflect header from Nicky Clapp, but down in the challenge. Went Lee McCulloch. The penalty's awarded. McCulloch versus Scully. Lee McCulloch. Oh, what a penalty. Goal for Rangers. Lee McCulloch on target. It's knocked in the air. Daly! Oh, John Daly! Sebastian for Geoghegan with one over the top, looking for Smith. Wallace comes forward, Cammy Bell comes, it skids away in the greasy surface, and Dunfermline pull a goal back. It's just stroked home by Falkingham. Ian Black to take, just chips it in. McCulloch makes a late run, the goalkeeper spilled it, the pressure still on. Morsney! Any doubt about it, it's all over. That's the third from the big number 3. Bilal Morsney is Rangers 3, Dunfermline 1.
They're probably the most physical side we've came up against this season. And we got to know that night. You know, there was obviously, like you say, there was tackles going in and boys getting injured. But no, we stuck to our game plan and we sort of matched them up as well at the same time, and we played well in the night and thoroughly deserved to win. So no, I thought it was a tough game, really tough game, but the boys, deserved to win.
Airdrieonians were soon back at Ibrox for the second time in 8 days, this time on league business. As the teams emerged from the tunnel before kick-off, supporters in the Govan stand unveiled a card display reading "Lest We Forget," before an impeccable minute's silence observed in respect of those who made the ultimate sacrifice for their country.
Well, wonderful scenes behind the players as they take their positions round the centre circle for this 1 minute's silence, and my goodness, does that not just take your breath away? Lest we forget. Ian Black short with that. Sebastian Force committed. He gets the break. Here's Peralta, just needs to chip it up early. Perhaps been better not taking the touch, but he knocks it in. Oh, it's an own goal! No, the last touch indeed is off John Daly. I thought the defender got a shoulder on that. Here's Templeton. Chance to drive it, Buchanan. Oh, he's gone beyond him. Buchanan clumsy, leans into him.
That's a penalty kick.
The penalty's awarded. Lee McCulloch again with his traditional movement before striking the ball. Looking to make it 2-0. Oh, wonderful penalty again. It's Rangers 2, Airdrie 0. 10 for the season for the skipper.
And Black fancies it. And it comes from Black. Oh, what a start! Well, he can't stop scoring at the moment, John Daly. Latest corner from Aird, intended for Lee McCulloch. Aird again. And Mosney. Beautifully done. Bilal Mosney. Lewis McLeod takes a swing at it, it's gone in! Second goal. Well, Rangers won't worry about who'll get credit for it. McLeod was an active participant. Morrison hung out to dry. There's Wallace and Nicky Clark. Rangers have their 50th league goal of the season, and Nicky Clark savours the moment. 3-0 on the night.
The end of November brought Rangers what was arguably their hardest match of the campaign yet. It was in the 4th round of the William Hill Scottish Cup, and they travelled to Westfield to take on Championship promotion contenders Falkirk.
Daly, Nicky Clark running onto this. Clark goes down as McCracken makes the challenge. Brian Colvin is going to have to get a card out here, and it's red.
Wonderful touch from Daly. Clark's onto it in a flash. Just leaning across him there. David McCracken, you can see here, Clark just trying to set himself for the shot. Such a clumsy, awkward one.
It's a third penalty in 4 games for Lee McCulloch, the last 2 scored. Could this be the turning point? Here comes the captain. But McGovern makes the save, back by Law, and McCulloch Oh, it's offside as he touched it in, it won't count.
Well, he's got a great record from the spot, Lee McCulloch. But Michael McGovern does so well. Stands late, goes to his right-hand side, saves with the legs. And when Nicky Law plays it back into the box, pretty clear that McCulloch is in an offside position.
It's Black to float it in. Mosney trying to get there. Nicky Law! Laying down the law. They've left it late, but Rangers are staring at a place in the next round of the Scottish Cup.
Well, Gary Holt can't believe it. It's the one time the ball into the box, breaks to Nicky Law, and it's the composure in the finish. A bit like Fraser Aird earlier. Side foot, breaks to him there, no panic, guide it away from the goalkeeper. McGovern's had a terrific match, but he can't do anything about that. And right at the death, yet again, so often this season, Rangers get a goal with the last kick of the ball.
It's the 13th goal they've scored in the last 10 minutes of matches this season, and it's unlucky 13 for Gary Holt and Falkirk. Templeton, McLeod. Templeton! Rangers up for the cup. That has settled the issue for sure, and you can see what it means to their fans.
Yeah, that puts a bit of gloss on it. Templeton, again, Daly the important one, winning the first header. And you look, he's pointing to where he wants it, David Templeton. Lewis McLeod just plays a very short pass, but cute enough to get it away from Will Vaulks. You've got to credit the finish from Templeton.
Falkirk was a tough game. They're at the top end of the championship, but you know it doesn't matter who we play. You know, we're Rangers and teams. You know they lift their game because of who we are. So no, you know every game's going to be as tough as that.
December started brightly for the Light Blues with an emphatic victory over Forfar at Ibrox, and it was a night to remember for striker Nicky Clark.
Now Wallace again swings it in for Clark! Oh, a wonderful goal! Nicky Clark, his third headed goal of his fourth in his Rangers career. Ian Campbell delivers again, looking for Templeman. Snapshot! Oh, Forfar back on terms. A stunning effort, you have to say. Oh, he's done well to pick out Nicky Law. Now here's Wallace, he holds off the challenge. He just slides Nicky Clark in! Oh, a double for Nicky Clark! The Forfar goal immediately cancelled out within 60 seconds. Here we go again. The charging Rhino. What's on from here? Oh! He doesn't need the invitation. Lee Wallace take a bow. It's Rangers 3, Forfar 1, his second goal of the season, and an absolute top-drawer finish. Sebastian Four fails to find Fraser Aird. Campbell defends well, but Ian Black! Oh, he's carried it off the bar. Nicky Clark, that's the hat-trick! A first-half hat-trick from Nicky Clark. Chris Commons, anything you can do, I can do better. It's Rangers 4, Forfar 1, a treble for Nicky Clark. And Fraser Aird with the corner again. Mosney with the header. Oh, Nicky Clark's only made it 4 for the night and 5 for Rangers. A
Are there more goals here, Derek? I think there might be.
Yeah, I think there is. If Rangers want it, there is more goals here.
Wonderful skills. That's a penalty kick. Now Lee McCulloch immediately jogs forward, and any notion that Nicky Clark had of a fifth has been dismissed. Well, I think Lee McCulloch might be right this time. Won't stand in ceremony. McCulloch versus the goalkeeper, and it's in. Well, Hill got a touch on it, but enough pace, and Lee McCulloch makes it Rangers 6, 4-1, the skipper from the spot.
First start for the club, so I remember it really well. It was actually my mum's birthday as well that night, so it was good to get it on that day. So yeah, it was great. It was maybe a dream to score a hat-trick at Ibrox for Rangers, so it'd been good to get a couple more, but I was delighted with the 4.
Almost a full house in Ibrox today as Ian Black pops in the free kick. John Daly! Rangers get the opener. 12 minutes on the clock. Daly's back in business. It's Rangers 1, Ayr United 0. Fraser Aird in space. Nicky Clark's gone beyond him. Daly's lurking with intent as well. Oh, he's not required. Fraser Aird thumps the ball home. A stunning finish from Fraser Aird. It's Rangers 2, Ayr United 0. Well, Ayr United 1 win in their last 4 games. Of course, 2 of them were against Dunfermline in the Cup. The first match in the replays, it's in the box for Mosney. Wouldn't fall from there. My goodness, that's the third. Lee McCulloch's effort blocked by the goalkeeper, and Bilal Mosney does it again, as he did down at Somerset Park. Thumps the ball home from no range whatsoever, and Rangers lead it extended.
That win against Ayr made it 20 in a row in all competitions for Rangers, but they had to wait another 19 days to play again, after a match at Stenhousemuir was called off due to bad weather. Unfortunately, the wait wasn't worth it, as the Light Blues' penultimate game of the year brought a disappointing end to their 100% League One record.
Is there a goal on the horizon, Derek?
Well, there's only been that one clear-cut chance. You know, the keepers are a fantastic save. I think Stranraer have worked that, but Rangers need to do more. It's all right playing the ball at the back, and yeah, it's nice to watch. They've got plenty of possession, but where you hurt teams is in the last third, and they haven't really done that this afternoon so far.
McCulloch looking for Daly. The second ball is crucial. Nicky Clark moves back to goal. He's got the invention. It's a penalty he's been awarded. Well, there isn't even a claim from Rangers for that one. There isn't even a claim, but Nicky Clark, so determined in hitting the target, just shrugged off the challenge. Clearly he's been tugged from the back, says the referee. Rangers have the penalty. Step forward, Lee McCulloch. Well, the skipper steps forward. He's got 11 goals for the season. It's McCulloch versus Mitchell. 7 minutes to turn around. Wonderful finish from Lee McCulloch. The deadlock broken at Ibrox. Lee McCulloch's 4th penalty conversion of the season. It's Rangers 1, Stranraer 0. Here's the Subby Kinnaird for Stirling. He gets it across the face of goal. Longworth, equaliser. Disaster from Rangers. Absolute disaster. Stirling the provider, and Longworth on hand. His 19th goal of the season. 3 minutes beyond the 90. It's Rangers 1, Stranraer 1.
It was a wee bit disappointing. I don't really think we played too well on the day, to be honest. Some might say they deserve to get the point. But we reacted well from it and moved on from it. But it was disappointing not to get the 3 points.
It was disappointing, but we bounced back for that, and we went on to win a few more games. So I think that's the most important thing when you get a setback. You just have to remain focused and remain positive and try and bounce back, and we managed to do that. So it was a bit better in that respect.
Ali McCoist wanted a reaction from his players, and he certainly got that, as Rangers finished 2013 in style against Dunfermline at East End Park.
John Daly. Left more or less on his own then, Daly. Unable to tee anyone up. Ed. It's opened up for Ed! It's a fine finish! Dunfermline have made a promising start, but it's the league leaders who have the lead at East End Park.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with giving John Daly so much room in the box. But this is what Fraser Aird does. You see him, he's playing inside, and he's always happy cutting in to have a go with his left foot. And the good thing here is that he finds the target, doesn't put a great deal of power into it, but keeps it low, makes sure he's at least working the goalkeeper. Gets his reward with a breakthrough goal.
His manager went through the motions of finishing it as well. Neatly tucked away by Fraser Ed. It's corner. Daly! Clark may have helped it in on the line, but John Daly might be claiming it too. Even so, Rangers are sitting pretty now, 2-0 up.
Well, I can think of 3 or 4 occasions where John Daly has just had far too much room from crosses into the box. I think it's pretty much Daly's goal. You can see here, Clark is helping it in. It might have been over. This camera will certainly prove it. He gets the last touch, Clark, so I suppose it's his goal technically, but it's the movement from Daly. Once again, getting free from his marker. It's given Dunfermline a problem. He's stealing that goal.
Rangers have only lost once in their last 33 league visits to East End Park, stretching back 43 years. McLeod moving in here with Nicky Law, and that does settle the issue as Nicky Law gets in on the act, and Rangers romped into a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, class finish from Law. I think it's a lesson for Ryan Williamson to go and meet the ball. This pass was played to him here. He tries to let it run through him and collect it, but well read by Lewis McLeod. And to be fair to McLeod, the timing of this pass, the weight on it, allows Nicky Law to take it first time. And that's a really cool finish. Even though Ryan Scully is advancing towards him, Law's cute enough just to dink it over him. Quality.
Tentative. Crawford. Law. Ed. Can he pick out Daly? Robbie Crawford it is who lashes that one in and has the last word. Normal service resumed for Rangers.
Yeah, it was Kerr Young and Lewis Martin who got into a bit of a finkle earlier on the left-hand side. Bit of quality in the cross there. And when it falls to Robbie Crawford, he drills it. Gets a lot of power in that left foot shot, keeps it low. Ryan Scully can't do anything about that.
As 2013 came to a close, Rangers sat 14 points clear of second place Dunfermline Athletic with a game in hand over the Fifers. In only 17 matches so far, the team had already scored 64 goals, conceded just 8 and dropped just 2 points in that 1-1 draw with Stranraer. The new year began with 2 away games in the space of 4 days, but Ally McCoist's men again got results as supporters began to think about how early the title could be wrapped up.
McCulloch. And they're trying to brush it on. Here's McLeod getting into position. Oh, it's brilliant! Lewis McLeod. Well, it's a repeat performance. It was McLeod who netted the opener when last Rangers were at New Broomfield. That was decisive.
Yeah, again, Rangers going from back to front. Lovely little ball up to Daly. And here we are, McLeod takes a chance, the ball breaks nicely for him, but the finish is classy. I thought he might have gone for a fast bend, but he goes back across the keeper. Rangers direct, little flick on. He's onto the knockdown, and it's a good finish. You can score goals in many different ways. Rangers going direct here, but the finish is excellent. Side foots it into the keeper's right-hand side.
Foster. And the delivery again, Leo from Daly. Nicky Law! Oh. 1-0 Rangers! Nicky Law going beyond the strikers. Foster's delivery into Daly is quite exquisite. The layoff weight from Daly, superb, and Nicky Law times the run to perfection. 9 for the season, Nicky Law. Stenhousemuir 0, Rangers 1. Peralta's high and dangerous on that one. Malone wants some retribution. Apologies from...
Oh no!
It's a straight red.
Oh, I don't believe
for Peralta. It's a straight red. Rangers reduced to 10 men. It's an open face of the boot, straight into Eddie Malone. I tell you what, I think even the famous Brazilian side of 1970 would struggle to come and play on this surface against the Warriors of Stenhousemuir, the way they went about their business today. But Rangers just in search of these 3 points to go 17 clear. Is there another goal before the end of the match? Is Nicky Law? Oh, there certainly is! Well, we've left it late, but it's certainly worth waiting for. A double from Nicky Law. He's in flames right now. A stunning finish. It's Rangers 2 to the good against Stenhousemuir.
Nicky Law once again does it. What a strike into the corner. Good play, and that's just sealed the game.
After a largely successful first season at the club, Dean Shiels had only managed 4 appearances in the first half of 2013-14 as he struggled to get over a knee injury. But as he came back into the side after regaining fitness at last, he made an immediate impact as East Fife were the visitors to Ibrox.
Here pops in the corner, Mosney can't get anything on it. Dean Shiels is sneaked in, the last touch of Andy Little. Dean Shiels may claim it. The goal was merely delayed. It looked as if Andy Little may have got a touch at the post. Dean Shiels in his return to first team football, drilling it through traffic, and I think Shiels will get the credit. It's Rangers 1, East Fife 0. Wallace is certainly more than capable of getting Rangers over the line here. 1-0 Rangers at the moment. Here's Wallace again, gets it back from Aird. The pull back, looking for Andy Little. Chased by Ian Blackwell, the pressure still on East Fife. Sebastian Four just lofts it forward. Andy Little, a good take. Here's Dean Shiels. 2-0 Rangers. Goal for Shiels. A fine delivery though from Sebastian Four. Wonderful awareness, Andy Little. Dean Shiels at the double. 19 minutes into the second period. Anxiety over. Rangers 2, East Fife 0.
And you can see the frustration on Dean Shiels. It's relief more than anything else, to be fair to him. Because Rangers got to the byline there. Andy Little's come in and missed the ball completely, you have to say. But what about that for a layoff? Terrific ball. Well controlled. The goalkeeper comes out, just a little dink over the top of him. There's a lot, you can smell the relief around Ibrox now after that second goal's gone in.
2 goals for Dean Shiels, 1 hour apart at Ibrox, has set Rangers up for another huge 3 points.
All any player wants to do is play and start, and obviously the goals that come along obviously are an added bonus, but as long as the team wins, it's not really about me, it's about the team and about winning and continuing our run. So I'm just happy that I could help the lads and help the manager do that.
The victory against East Fife was also significant for a very different reason. In 6 years with the club, Fernando Rickson was always someone who gave everything he had for the jersey, and he took to the field at half-time, having recently announced he had been diagnosed with motor neuron disease. Rangers fans gave the Dutchman an incredible welcome as they sang his name and showed their support for the club's former title-winning captain. First choice keeper Cammy Bell missing as he became a father for the first time, Steve Simonson was to make a long-awaited debut for Rangers as they face Forfar Athletic, and the Englishman was to pull off what was arguably the save of the season at Station Park.
Aird with it. Mosney! Relief for Rangers. The breakthrough with 15 minutes to go. Would you believe it's Mosney's first headed goal as a Rangers player? It's cruel on Forfar, who have given so much, but Rangers have been threatening.
Yeah, it's a good outswinger. He's nice and aggressive. He beats Dodds to it. He's had a largely uncomfortable evening, but there's only one winner here, and it's in off the post, and it's Mosney. Oh, he really attacked it well. Just gets the run and jump on Dodds.
Malcolm and Dodds have both come up from the back. Oh, it bubbles around! And somehow it stays out thanks to this man. Steve Simonson earns his corn.
Oh, what a fantastic save this is. What a reaction to that. Oh, it's a great hand. What a save. It's Mosney. It's off McCulloch. What a save.
McLeod and Templeton trying to get into a shooting position. David Templeton for Rangers. Majestic. Templeton off the bench and secures the win. It will be yet another away triumph for Ali McCoist and company. But Rangers have had to sweat a bit.
No, as soon as he works his way out of the box, I fancied him. Just delays, he delays. He knows exactly what he wants to do, just makes that little angle, and it's straight in the top corner. Douglas, no chance. What a strike. Clever play, works the angle, and what a finish.
Pressure on the ball, almost paying off for Rangers. I mentioned Ricky Little was with Queen's Park last season. As the break's on here now for Arbroath. The willing runner just going over the shoulder there. Alan Cook, who scored here last visit, and he's gone and done it all over again with the ball into the box. It's converted by David Banjo. My goodness, no strings attached. Rangers will go down. Now they work it from right to left. Black takes over again. Wallace has gone beyond him. Wonderful delivery too from Black. Played across the face. That's the equaliser. John Daly's barren spell has ended. Again, Lewis McLeod playing in the periphery today, if I could perhaps describe it as that. Not just as dynamic as we know as he can be. Here's Cook, does well to cushion it back for Lynn. Oh, he's gone beyond Lee McCulloch, who went to ground early. Lynn powers into the box. Bell gets a touch off the inside of the post, and again, for the second time today, Arbroath are in front. Chisholm's picked out. Banjo wants the return, and Lee McCulloch encourages the goalkeeper.
Here's a late challenge again there.
Chisholm, who's got previous this afternoon, follows through on McCulloch.
The referee's seen that as well. I just wonder if he's going to do something.
That back as Rangers try and hit in the counter. Templeton, little jockeys. Templeton's gone one, gone the other. Across the face. He's got Rangers back on terms. Mr. Reliable with the chips are down. David Templeton's 6th goal of the season. It's the old Bishop Desmond. Pops it in near post. It's a poor delivery and easily defended. Templeton again lifts his head. Oh, Rangers are in front. Mosney, the flag. The flag goes against Mosney. The celebrations will be short-lived. It was Templeton through traffic. It broke to Mosney. He pops it in goal, but it won't count. The flag goes against Mosney. It's still Rangers 2, Arbroath 2. Black takes over. The rain gets heavier over Ibrox. Up there for Andy Little, tries to roll. Travis does well to knock it across, and it shaved the paintwork. Suggestions that, of course, that John Daly was impeded in there again.
He's given a penalty, I think.
And the penalty may well have been awarded, yes. The assistant has gone yacht long. The penalty's the award. It was Daly impeded by Keddy. The skipper takes the responsibility. Lee McCulloch. 3 penalties converted this season. McCulloch versus Morrison. Goal, Rangers! Rangers 3, Arbroath 2. The skipper drills the ball home. His 12th goal of the season, the 4th from the penalty spot. And I tell you what, that was pressure.
To come on and get that goal and then go into the next game, I felt I had a lot of confidence in about me now. And obviously come on at 2-1, managed to get the second goal and thought I played quite well when I came on, and obviously helped the team to get the 3-2 win.
Here's 4 on Amaze. Breaks into the pathway on the far side of Dean Shields. He goes for the curler! Dean Shields take the bow. Happy birthday to you. Dean Shields on his 29th birthday gets Rangers nose in front. A magnificent, sensational, terrific curling finish. 13 minutes on the clock. Rangers 1, Brechin 0. McLean also goes with the skipper. Daly with the flick. It's in. John Daly will claim it. Moshney followed it in, but certainly John Daly will claim that for 20 for the campaign. What a delicious delivery from Wallace. And John Daly this time beats Graham Smith. Rangers double the lead. It's Rangers 2, Brechin City 0. Robb comes forward again for Brechin. Touch on the ball. Wonderful finish from Stevie Robb. Ian Black had a nibble. He didn't get enough on it. And as Rangers back off, Stevie Robb fires it high beyond Cammy Bell. The free kick goes against Bilal Moshney, and he has to be careful here, Derek. He's already been yellow carded. The last thing he can do is pick up a second ticket for dissent.
Well, he's kicked the ball away there, and he kicked it against the player. I just wondered how the referee was. Oh, he's off.
He's off. Rangers are going to be reduced to 10 men. Second yellow for Bilal Moshney.
Rangers had made progression in the Scottish Cup look straightforward so far, and that continued to be the case as they disposed of Dunfermline to progress to the quarter-finals.
He spots Templeton in space. Here's Wallace again, giving him an option. Has Templeton got to finish here himself? Tries to stand it up back into the path of Wallace. Here's Dean Shields! Shields again. The half chance is capitalised. There's Fraser Aird. Law goes beyond him. Outside of the boot from Fraser Aird. The header, Daly! Follow up Dean Shields. Wonderful invention from Rangers. Has he got to finish again? He has. David Templeton. It was absolutely solid gold. The boot, the ball are as one, and the finish gives the goalkeeper no chance whatsoever. Fine defending Moshney. Gets up to Shields. Taken over again is Templeton. Look at Wallace powering into the box. He tries to squeeze it beyond the keeper. Dean Shields! He didn't have long to wait for that hat-trick ball. The second period, less than 2 minutes old. Dean Shields makes it Rangers 4, Dunfermline 0. And it's 3 for the Magherafelt Magician.
Everyone thought it was going to be a really difficult game, myself included. I thought that they would be really up for it, but we came out of the block straight away and we played really well that game. Obviously Dino got a hat-trick and I managed to get a good goal myself, but I think that's one of the better games I've played this season, and it was good to get a convincing win that night.
Here's Dean Shields. Plays it to the flank for Fraser Aird, who started the move. He's tracked by Brian Gilmer. Holds off Gilmer's challenge. Back now for Richard Foster. Fizzes it in. Dealt with by Craig Malcolm. Rangers starting the second half as if they mean business. Here's Fraser Aird again. Across the face. A goal! That's the opener we've been desiring. Nicky Law makes it 10 for the season. Rangers grab the game by the scruff of the neck from the turnaround. Real endeavour from Fraser Aird, and Nicky Law from close range gets Rangers nose in front. Shields is on the move. Wallace swings in the delivery for John Daly. Oh, Sherling Pease. It's Ayr United 0, Rangers 2. It's 21 for the season for John Daly. A sensational delivery from Lee Wallace, and John Daly does the rest. Ayr United 0, Rangers 2. Devlin in with the cross. Good take by Dixon, shooting chance. Stenhousemuir open the scoring here at Ibrox. And that was again all about giving the ball away cheaply in a very high area. Works it way to the right back area where Sebastian Four hugs that touchline after a short spell at centre back, and wonderful play from Andy Little. Pulps it back across. Here's David Templeton. It's a Van Vossen. It's a Van Vossen. He's got Grecian way out of position yet again. Lifts his head. What are the options? Looking for Templeton. Plays it into Nicky Law. Oh, stunning goal from Rangers. What a way to get back on terms. Wonderful finish from Nicky Law. Sweeping move from Rangers. It's now Rangers 1, Stenhousemuir 1, and Nicky Law 11 for the season. Lynch digs out the delivery. Oh, it's a free header. 2-1 Stenhousemuir. Higgins' barren run ends. Not scored in 15 games. Fraser Aird touches heavy, might get a break of the ball yet. Oh! It takes a wicked deflection. Fraser Aird will claim it, and quite rightly so. .71 minutes have been played. It's a free header! John Daly! It's Rangers 3, Stenhousemuir 2. Wonderful delivery from Fraser Aird, and John Daly glances the header home. In the delivery again, John Daly's in there as Grecian is, but he can't make it count. And bizarrely, the referee is giving a penalty in favour of Stenhousemuir, and a yellow card for Emilson for barging the Stenhousemuir player in the box. Higgins versus Bell, and he knocks it beyond Cammy Bell, and Higgins, bit of showboating there. It's 3-3 at Ibrox.
It wasn't good enough that day. Probably could have done better, the first 2 goals for them. Plus, I actually missed a complete sitter, so it's probably one of the games I want to forget about, to be honest. But it's a game that we probably should still win with the chances that we had, and obviously giving away sloppy goals. But it's just killed us basically.
Good link-up play by Rangers. Chance for Lee Wallace, and it's a goal for Rangers. Less than 4 minutes on the clock. Lee Wallace breaks the deadlock. Good link-up play, hugs all round, and Lee Wallace makes it Stranraer 0, Rangers 1. Cross balls were a problem for Rangers at the weekend, so this is the first big test. In it comes, and it is missed by a couple, and it's a great save from Cammy Bell. Not well dealt with at all by Rangers. It went right through a ruck of bodies, and a fantastic diving save at the back post from Cammy Bell. Put in by Docherty, and it comes now flighted towards the back post. The ruck of bodies going up for it. It's a chance out, and it's another fantastic stop by Bell. It was the shot on the turn from Scott Robertson, and again Bell gets down ever so well to touch that one around his post. He's really proving his worth here, Derek.
That's a brilliant save, but where's the defence again? Look at the player, he's stopped, he's turned, he's had the shot. Cammy Bell, what a save.
Oh, yeah, that's a chance for Rangers, and there is the winner. Certainly the clincher from John Daly. 2-0 to Rangers. A calamity for Stranraer at the back, and that seals 3 points. Rangers will take them back up the A and M77 this evening, and John Daly, it's another goal for him, 5 in 6 games, and it's 2-0 to Rangers.
Well done to him, he chased it down, and that's all he can do. The goalkeeper trying to be too clever. Now relief, you can smell the relief all around Stair Park.
So here we are on this wind-swept plain, and it's a sun-kissed afternoon. Delighted to be able to report. Now Wallace giving it a lash. It's Nicky Law, and off the post. The Rangers tried to bundle it over the line. The flag had gone up just as that was developing. Here's Templeton on his own, and still grabbed by Patterson. Away goes Templeton for Rangers. Had to cut a swathe through the defence. Patterson, and Owen Boo, right by the post. Chipped in by Wallace. Space for John Daly. Is it going to be? Well, Lee McCulloch thought it was surely the opening goal, but Patterson reacting. Away by Mbu. Fingy in black. Rangers still with the chance, and David Templeton now firing it towards Patterson. Rangers trying to force a mistake, and Mbu. Little's in there. Templeton, and down he goes. Penalty to Rangers in stoppage time. David Templeton hitting the ground, and Alan Muir didn't hesitate. McCulloch's last 5 goals for the Ibrox club have all been spot kicks. This almost certainly to win the game for Rangers. It's Lee McCulloch against Greg Patterson. Deep breath from McCulloch, who scores! Rangers move a step closer to the League One title. They've made it hard for themselves today, but a mixture of joy and relief. 1-0 Rangers.
Lee McCulloch's crucial winner in Methil meant victory in the next league game at home to Airdrieonians would secure the title. But thoughts of that were put in the back burner as giant killers Albion Rovers came to Ibrox with a place in the last 4 of the Scottish Cup up for grabs.
And it comes now, it's a good delivery as well. McCulloch gets up, it's still in the mix, and it's a goal for Albion Rovers. Incredibly, 12 minutes on the clock, and it's the Coatbridge team which leads. Templeton, deep ball towards the back post, that's under a bit of pressure, it's in the back of the net, is it given? Yes. It's a goal for Rangers at last, and it is Billy Almosny. Albion Rovers players are furious that that one will stand, but it does, and Rangers are finally off the mark. John Beaton is under huge pressure from the Albion Rovers players. He's not standing for their complaints, so James Ward is furious on the touchline too. He can't believe that one's given. Let's take a look at this again, Derek. It was a deep ball from Templeton. Mosney goes up.
That's the reason he's up there. He's got his eyes on the ball. He hasn't even looked at the goalkeeper. For me, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Watch his eyes. Mosney doesn't even know where the goalkeeper is. He's just jumped. The goalkeeper's made a mess of it. He could have got a punch there. Here is again. Look, Mosney has not looked at the goalkeeper at all, and he's won the ball.
Well played, John Beaton. It is a goal for Rangers. It is Rangers 1, Albion Rovers 1. At last they're back in the game.
Everyone say it was a free kick for the keeper, and I hate him, but no, first time I hate the ball, and second time, of course, because he was on my way, so I hate him, but no, I don't think it was a free kick.
While Billy Almosny's goal was seen as controversial by some, Rangers undoubtedly deserved another chance to beat Albion, and they'd get it 8 days later. Before then, there was a title to be won, and fans packed into Ibrox to see that potential clincher against Airdrieonians.
The atmosphere is electric. There is no football club like this one. We're in search of a trophy. We're in search of 3 points. And as ever, it's a privilege and pleasure to bring you the match action from the greatest stadium in the UK, from the greatest team in the universe. Here's Andy Little getting in behind. Did you have a touch? He's gone beyond the goalkeeper.
Penalty kick.
It's a penalty to Rangers. 1 minute 20. Andy Little down in the challenge. 4 successful penalties from Captain Fantastic this season. Will he make it 5?
Remember, he missed it at Falkirk.
He did score at East Fife though, which was a hugely pressure pot of a spot kick. It's McCulloch versus Adam. Everyone holds their breath in Ibrox. A title party could be pending. It's McCulloch. Goal, Rangers! Wonderful start. 2 minutes on the clock. The skipper does the damage. It's Rangers 1, Airdrie 0. That's connection pays off yet again. It's another penalty. There can be no two ways about it. It's a stunning delivery from Lee Wallace.
Nobody's complaining now, Tam, because they know it was a penalty. Wonderful play by David Templeton, who's been outstanding in this first 20 minutes.
McCulloch! 2-0. Lee McCulloch at the double. And we're less than halfway through the first period. Rangers on target to seal the title tonight. And who better than the skipper with 2 goals in the first 20 minutes. The layoff from Law. There's a chance for Lee McCulloch. Oh! It's a hat-trick from the skipper. It's Rangers 3, Airdrie 0.
Well, what a goal that is. What odds would you have got? Lee McCulloch, a hat-trick in the first 40 minutes of this game, but it's wonderful play again, you have to say, as the ball came in. It's well worked. Nothing about throwing the ball in the box, the ball on the ground, playing it to feet, and in the end, Lee McCulloch is the man that got the end of it. He's so-called weaker foot. Lovely little flicks, good ball from Nicky Law.
Lee McCulloch, you're going to need a bigger mantelpiece. Black round the corner for Peralta, but stick with us for the moment. Arnold Peralta just knew what he was doing. He just wants the celebrations to start.
Well, you can see what he wanted to do there. He just tried to hit with the inside of his right foot to the back post, but he's hit it way by it. It was a poor one from him. But he's not winding right, and there it's all over, Tom.
Rangers are champions.
Rangers had done it, and thanks to Lee McCulloch's third hat-trick of the season, the League One title was won, and the journey will continue in the Championship over the next year.
We're all buzzing, of course. I mean, it's stage 2 complete. We're obviously making our way back up, and we've done what we've obviously set out to do, and it's a great night. I thought we were terrific tonight. I thought it's probably the best we've played in a long time. I thought the crowd was sensational, which helped us on the park, and all in all, it's been a tremendous night.
I thought they were absolutely outstanding. 2 lads that had to come off just before half-time were terrific. Black was superb, and the skipper that got a hat-trick to win the title. I probably couldn't have gone any better for us tonight. They've really deserved it. The fans have deserved it, and we've got to enjoy it, and we've got to, take this in, because the journey back's going to be a long journey. There'll be a few bumps on the way, and we'll get bumps and bruises on the way. But this is a night certainly for the players and the fans to enjoy, which is wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
We went out, put on a good performance, and obviously delighted. For a lot of the boys in the squad this year that have came from obviously John Daly, Nicky Law, Cammy Bell is the first time they've ever won a league. Lucky enough to be my second, so it's just a joy to share it with all the boys and obviously come together. We've worked all season for it, and that was our main objective at the start of the season, to go to win the league, and we've done that in fine fashion. There's 20 odd points ahead, so it was brilliant that night.
The Light Blues had claimed the crown with an incredible 8 league games still remaining. With almost a quarter of the competition left, they were 26 points clear of Jim Jeffries' Dunfermline side, and they were next to visit Ibrox 3 days later. Home supporters gave their heroes a rousing reception, but the biggest cheer of the day was saved for a new face, making his first team debut.
Stevie Smith tries to curl it on target. Wow! Stunner! Stunning goal, Stevie Smith. Stunning free kick goal in injury time of the first period. Watch this again. It is quite stunning. Stevie Smith's second goal in his Rangers career, both of which have come against Dunfermline.
Well, you don't save them. It's as simple as that. Absolutely perfect. Up and down over the wall. Goalkeeper, absolutely no chance. Just has a dive, but he's no chance of getting it. And as I said earlier, could Stevie Smith do it again against Dunfermline? Well, there's your answer. What a way to take the lead in the 47th minute here at Ibrox.
Oh, he's been robbed by Ian Black.
1 against 1.
2v2.
Go on, give him. He's no pace to go himself. He's
Look at the run from Callum Gallagher, right hand side. He might yet get there. Callum Gallagher! 2-0 Rangers. Ian Black may have looked leg weary. Callum Gallagher on his debut appears out the ether and a stunning finish as well.
It's Rangers 2, Dunfermline 0.
Absolutely delighted for him. I thought Ian Black had taken the wrong option. He doesn't have the pace to go by players, but what about the run from Gallagher? He's run 40 yards to get into that position. And what a good strike. Did the right thing. Went across the goalkeeper. Look at him sprinting at him. Wonderful goal there for Rangers. Just sealed it with the last kick of the game. Well done for the youngster. Well done, Ali McCoy. That's what he wanted. He's kid to come on and have an impact in the game. He's certainly done that. Well done to the youngster.
Any boy that will play football from any age will just tell you that's what they want to do, score on their debut. So I'm a bit elated, and I'm just dead chuffed that I was lucky enough to do it.
It was time to take on Albion Rovers for the third time in the campaign, and the stakes were high, with a semi-final spot against Dundee United at Ibrox up for grabs.
Callum Gallagher. Past Russell. Nicky Law. Decided not to go for goal himself. And Fraser Aird arrives. And Rangers get to grips with this replay early on. Here's Aird, tonight's scorer. Gallagher, Wallace, John Daly brings Foster into it. Daly will fancy that! It's 2-0 to Rangers. They're looking good for a semi-final at Ibrox against Daly's former club, Dundee United.
Rangers' success this season has largely been down to their incredible away form. As the Light Blues travelled to face Brechin City, they did so having not conceded a single goal on their travels since their 4-3 win at Glebe Park 5 months earlier.
Now here's Ian Black trying to spur Rangers on. Well, Aird might still get there, and does! Fraser Aird! Rangers take the lead. It's the first slip-up at the back from Brechin City. And Rangers have taken maximum advantage. One to the good. Ferguson. One of the two substitutes who came on in the first half. Cameron the other. Cameron playing it in. There's the equaliser for Brechin City, just like that. Here's four, disguised it pretty well. Daly, and look at the space here for Nicky Clark, he's only just come on. 2-goal cushion for Rangers. And Nicky Clark with the most immediate of impacts. And Rangers in front again.
When we take each game as it comes, obviously I'd heard that it had been a long time since we'd lost a goal away from home, but it was disappointing to lose a goal that day. But as I said, the result was the main thing, and we managed to get the 3 points, which was really important to us.
Now you see the visiting Bears a wee bit tentative at the moment. It's Fraser Aird with the corner, sweeps it in, McCulloch to target, Daly! It is 25 for the season. Lee McCulloch's taken a knock along the way, but Rangers break a deadlock. It's a goal at Gayfield, and it's John Daly. 19 minutes on the clock, a precision delivery from Fraser Aird, and John Daly heads it home to make it Arbroath 0, Rangers 1. McCulloch gets it back to Cammy Bell, and this time Bell takes no chances, thumps it away, but first reacts Nicol. A game of bagatelle at the moment. Take a second touch at your peril. It's headed back in by Keddy. McManus is in an offside position, surely, as he's given time to turn and slot the ball home, but surely he's in an offside position from the forward delivery. Questionable goal here as Arbroath get back on terms. Sheeran jockeys. Clever step over from Richard Foster. He's fed it into Callum Gallagher across the face of goal. There's a finish in there! A goal from Fraser Aird! Rangers restore the lead. Fraser Aird smuggles the The home fans, they want a coffee, but the scoreline's where it's all that matters now. It's Arbroath 1, Rangers 2, the drive of Foster, the awareness of Gallagher, and the finish from Fraser Aird.
The end of March saw the club recognise its past and current greats at the 2014 Hall of Fame Awards dinner. Held at the Glasgow Hilton, the glittering event gave supporters a chance to rub shoulders with their heroes and see some of the best players to grace a light blue jersey inducted into an elite group. The evening began with the 2011 nominees, and Jock Drummond, Neely Gibson, R.C. Hamilton, George Niven, Jimmy Simpson, Jimmy Bowie, Arthur Dixon, David Weir and Ali Dawson were all honoured. Next up were 2012 inductees Tully Craig, Jimmy Fleming, Dave McPherson and Johnny Little. A real highlight was the presentation of a Special Achievement Award to Sandy Jardine for his work both on and off the field during half a century at Rangers. Sandy was unable to attend, but his trophy was collected on his behalf by manager Ali McCoist. The evening ended with the 2014 nominees, and to the crowd's great delight, current captain Lee McCulloch, Nacho Novo and Fernando Rickson all discovered their names would be added to the famous Hall of Fame board, which hangs above the marble staircase. More than 5 months on from their semi-final win at Stenhousemuir, Rangers finally had a Ramsden's Cup final to look forward to against Raith Rovers. The chosen venue for the game was Hibernian's Easter Road, and with a capacity of over 20,000 seats, Rangers fans once again turned out in wonderful numbers to back their team, with over 3/4 of the stadium decked out in red, white and blue. Sadly, the game wasn't to go the way many expected it would.
Comes down to Ian Black, Black shoots, great save from Lee Robinson. It was a crucial hand from the goalkeeper. And it comes, it's not a bad delivery, it's looking for Mosney, just over the crossbar from Mosney. 2 career goals, can he make it 3? Stevie Smith strikes it, it's over the wall, great save from Lee Robinson. Chance for Lee Wallace into Nicky Law, and it's still active actually for Rangers. Chance now for Aird, back to Law, Wallace at the back post, great save by Lee Robinson. Quick free kick taken to Clark, chance for Clark and well saved by Lee Robinson. It's a chance from Mosney and it's right over the crossbar from such close range. The look in his face says it all. Now drops to Law, Law up to Daly, it's still not clear, it's still in the box. Law with the volley, chance for Nicky Law off the post! What a chance that was for Nicky Law. Mosney slips, falls, but Lee McCulloch bails him out. Foster's played it back though, it's a chance for Raith, good save! Chance now for Raith and it's a goal for Raith Rovers. 3.5 minutes remaining and it's John Baird, an absolute disaster for Rangers at the back.
The disappointment was clear throughout Ali McCoist's side as Raith celebrated their unlikely victory with their supporters.
Without creating anything really clear cut, with 2 headers which we should have done better with, and obviously with a shot off the post, and then we slipped up at the Raith goal. So it's unbelievably disappointing, because I was worried about us not scoring, but I couldn't see them scoring. But sadly, we made a very costly blunder.
To stand there and watch them lift the cup is obviously, it's a hard one to take, but you have to give them credit. They've dug in there and they've took their chance when it's come along, and we had some probably good chances in the game that passed us by, and the keeper made 1 or 2 good saves as well. So. You have to give them credit and fair play to them. Obviously we're bitterly disappointed, like I say, and we'll try and use this disappointment next week to go and try and get a win in the semi-final of the Scottish.
There was no time to dwell though, and the Light Blues had to recover quickly for their Scottish Cup semi-final against Dundee United 6 days later. Ibrox had been selected the previous year as the host ground for both last 4 fixtures due to Commonwealth Games renovations at Hampden Park. Despite late protests from United about the venue, the match went ahead there as planned, and the teams walked out to an electric atmosphere.
Moshney's gone long as well. Popped into the box. McCulloch! There's a suggestion of a hand. Moshney can't convert it. Either as Rangers go for the jugular inside that 6-yard box. The goalkeeper claiming he was being held. Here's Fraser Aird, over his shoulder goes Stevie Smith, giving him an option. Wilson doesn't know whether to stick or twist. Fraser Aird, and he's not far away. Well, the young Canadian, in search of his 7th goal of the season, lets fly, and it just nestles in the side netting.
And Dundee United didn't know what to do when he cut in. He's hit that shot from 20 yards, and it's gone about a yard wide of the post.
Daly just helps it on its way. Aird again. There is no flag. Here is Dean Shields, and he pulls the trigger and pulls the shot wide of the target. Suggestions he may have been marginally onside. He gets the green light to continue, and the finish did not match the build-up. Shields with the gilt-edged chance of the afternoon so far, and he pulls it wide of the target.
Well, it's good play from Rangers once again through the heart of that Dundee United defence, and really Dean Shields, I know himself, I don't have to tell him he should hit the target there.
Knocked into the box, helped on its way, but well headed away by Stevie Smith. Laid off by Shields. Not the connection that Nicky Law wanted. Offside flag, surely, as Gold comes forward. Hits the post and ball nestles in the net. Shifsey has to be in an offside position. He has to be interfering with play. United opened the scoring exactly halfway through the first period. The 1-2 between Peralta and Law takes over again. Now he needs a good delivery. Knocks it in looking for Daly, and it's too long. It's hit the crossbar, and Aird on the follow-up. Lofts it in the box as well. It's still to be cleared. Here's Dean Shields, wouldn't fall for him. He goes down in the box. It's charged away. Here's Ian Black, and charged down yet again.
And 3 or 4 chances there. Dundee United did well to block it, but you know, Rangers knocking on that door again.
Ball in the box, there is no flag. John Daly. Well, Fraser Aird is given the benefit of the doubt, and when John Daly got involved, you should have expected Rangers perhaps to get back on terms, but the flag ultimately goes against John Daly and the offside decision stands.
Yeah, it does, but you know, it's a good chance as well from John Daly. It's on his weaker foot again, but you look at him just to put the laces through it. Never mind trying to curl it. Big fella should just try and blast that one in, but great run from Fraser Aird again, you have to say.
Planted long again for the movement of the main striker, Shifsey. Malone given away by Foster. Short ball back in for Gold. He's got tidy footwork. Can he squeeze it back? Rangers in trouble here. The ball's in the net. Mackay Stephen makes it 2-0 Dundee United. Stevie Smith addresses the ball, gets it up, gets it down. Oh, Rangers have got one back. Stevie Smith's second goal of the season. The goalkeeper misjudges, but you have to gamble. It was on target. It's game on at Ibrox. Stevie Smith committed. United nervy. Stevie Smith takes a big deflection. Oh, and somehow the goalkeeper clawed it away. Chersniak somehow gets a glove on that one. Foster has to get this one right. Oh, Steve Simonson's giving it away to Shifsey. Shifsey is given a chance to take it home into an empty net. Incredible scenes at Ibrox.
Despite a spirited display, it wasn't to be for the League One champions as they crashed out of the Scottish Cup. It was, however, a performance that signalled Rangers could still compete with the country's top teams, regardless of their status.
The way we lost it, you know, I thought we committed suicide a little bit with some of our own mistakes, indeed in front of goal, and indeed mistakes in front of our own goal.
I think we showed we can, with this squad, we can play in the Premier League and do something in the Premier League, yeah.
The cup losses were hard for everyone at the club to take, but there was still an unbeaten league record to maintain and the small matter of a trophy presentation to look forward to.
Foster spins away from Dale Hilson. Clever feet again from the former Aberdeen man. Ian Black wants a half volley. Oh! Stunner! What a goal from Ian Black! Stunner! Absolute stunner from Ian Black. His third of the season. He teed it up for himself with with a touch of backlift and gave the goalkeeper absolutely no chance whatsoever. On his 35th appearance of the season, Ian Black breaks the deadlock with an absolutely terrific strike. It's Rangers 1-4-0. Stevie Smith, who's over the ball just now, and the skipper, Lee McCulloch's a decent delivery. John Daly gets a header on it. There's a definite push in the back. The referee again doesn't want to know. Chipped in and it hits the crossbar. Bilal Mosney in the follow-up. Rangers get their second. Mosney converts from close range after the crossbar is clipped by Dean Shields. Here might be an out ball on the right. Indeed it is. Rangers substitute looks to swing it in. Pops in the glancing header. Dean Shields. 3-0 Rangers. Dean Shields claims his 8th of the season and his first goal since against Dunfermline back in February. Foster with the throw. Daly helps it in the air. Chases his own header. Gets a good touch. Might yet fall for Nicky Law. Stevie Smith coming onto it. He blasts it home! Rangers get the opener. It's a stunning strike from Stevie Smith. Nicky Law get the call. Let it come on to me. And Stevie Smith rifles the ball home. As Mosney back defending. Shows you the awkward bounce. He corrects his position. Although Law shows too much of it to Hodge. Shields exacts some revenge and he goes long if he can time this right. Dean Shields 1-on-1 with Chris Smith. That's a finish. 2-0 Rangers. Dean Shields started it. What a wonderful curling finish from Dean Shields, giving the goalkeeper no chance whatsoever. It's 9 for the season for Shields. Rangers look as if they're about to make a change as Nicky Law might get a third. Down in the challenge, they're tracked all the way, and the referee awards the penalty kick. 16 goals for the season, in search of his 60th Rangers career goal. McCulloch versus Smith. Goal, Rangers! 3-0, the reliable boot from the skipper. And Nicky Clark, very determined. Hodge dallies, Clark robs him of possession. Does well to spin away from Hodge again. Law stretching Stenhousemuir now. Smith may make a late supporting run.
Have a shot.
He might just curl it from here. Nicky Law! Goal, Rangers! Right on cue. Derrick invites the strike and Nicky Law delivers. A wonderful hit from Nicky Law, giving the goalkeeper no chance whatsoever. Fraser Aird joined Rangers as 16-year-old. In the box for Mosney! Goal! Well, Mosney won the header. John Daly may just have helped it on the goal line, but Mosney, he'll claim it as his third against Ayr United this season. Donald with a step over. Black has to retreat in the danger area, takes a bit of a deflection. And Richard Foster and Lee McCulloch in communication. Fine play, confident play, but Peralta is dispossessed by McLaughlin. Shooting chance for Forrest. Ayr back on terms. Arnold Peralta sloppy in the extreme. Fraser Aird to deliver. He knocks it in again. As Clark gets the head on it. Can't get it on target. Clever play from Mosney. Knocks it back in again. John Daly's there. It's nodded away by Campbell. Teed up for McCulloch. Charged down by Campbell again. He's got a sore one there as Nicky Law. Plays it in again. Oh, it's in now! Rangers lead is restored. It's Mosney at the double. It was Clark with a header and locking with intent from no range at all. It's Big Billy. Mosney makes it Rangers 2. Ayr United 1.
On Thursday, April the 24th, just 2 days before the final home game of the season against Stranraer, everyone associated with Rangers was devastated by news the legendary Sandy Jardine had lost his fight with cancer. William Puller Jardine, affectionately nicknamed Sandy because of the colour of his hair, played nearly 800 times for the club. He won 3 league championships with the Light Blues, 5 Scottish Cups, 5 League Cups and the European Cup Winners' Cup in 1972, and is rightly regarded as one of the club's greatest ever performers. A legend in every sense and someone who conducted himself the way every Ranger should, Sandy will be missed by all who knew him. Ahead of kick-off against Stranraer, Sandy was in everyone's thoughts as tributes poured in from around the world. Before the game, Ali McCoist and some of Sandy's former teammates laid a wreath at the Copland Road gates and paid tribute to their great friend.
We're all devastated with the news from Thursday night. Everybody's hurting. He was a great man, absolutely great man. A fantastic friend and aid to us all at the club, there's no doubt about that. You know, we just went about the place on Friday morning and, you know, the girls were so upset, we were all upset. He was just a fantastic human being and we're all proud and very privileged to have known him.
Been a friend for 40 years now and it's very, very sad to see him pass away. He's the first one of the Cup Winners' Cup to pass away. It's a very sad day for myself personally.
He was a fantastic person. I mean, you ask anybody at Tynecastle, Ibrox, off and on the park, you know, he was a wonderful person.
He was at the front of the helm when in the march for to try and save this club and get it back to, you know, where we'd like it back to. Sandy played a huge role in that. So I think Sandy Jardin's going to be a name that will be forever associated with the famous Glasgow Rangers.
With each player wearing the number 2 on his shorts as a mark of respect for Sandy, Rangers made their way onto the pitch through a guard of honour from the visitors. 9 months after the campaign had started with Sandy unfurling the 3rd Division Championship flag, Ibrox fell silent in his memory ahead of the final home fixture, with his friends and colleagues gathering pitchside to stand as one with fans.
Fraser Aird making the opener! Oh, indeed he does. Fraser Aird, 7 for the season. We are the young Canadians.
Well, it's a Nicky Law special, really, isn't it? He did well there. It was good movement from Rangers once again. Good passing, you have to say. Nicky Law, hard ball out to him. Good first touch. Cuts inside. That's all he needed was a yard. 2 men there looking for him, in between the two. Great strike. We said that about 10 minutes ago when he had the shot. He's capable of doing that. He's been persistent. He's had another goal. Look how accurate that is. Well done, Fraser Aird. Cracking goal.
As Fraser Aird has gone away originally from Ryan Boris. Oh, here's Peralta. Has he got a finish? Arnold Peralta! 2-0 Rangers. Arnold Peralta gets his first Rangers goal. That's 18 scorers for Rangers this campaign. Arnold Peralta makes it Rangers 2, Stranraer 0.
Well, it just shows you, you can be having a stinker, but when you get that second goal, it kills it. Just a little, thought it was Docherty at Felly, but what a good finish. You know, the keeper's coming out with it. He doesn't know if he's going to play it across him, and really that's what he should be doing, hitting the ball across the goalkeeper, but he doesn't. He goes for the near post, but puts the laces through it. That's the difference, and it fizzes into the net. That gives Rangers that little bit of respite and puts them 2 goals up.
Perfectly weighted delivery from Wasney, gratefully gathered by Stevie Smith. The wall pass from Fraser Aird, now comes the delivery. Dean Shields! Oh, he follows up for a 3rd! Oh, Dean Shields on his 50th Rangers appearance makes it 3 in the 65th minute. What a wonderful build-up goal! There is no long ball here, Derek.
No, it was
played with real panache from back to front, and Dean Shields makes it Rangers 3 Stranraer now.
Well, it was a wonderful 1-2 by Aird and Smith, but what about that for a ball? Dean Shields just kept running. Great save, you have to say, from David Mitchell, but he was alert enough, Dean Shields, to keep his eye on the ball, and when it came over there on the ground, hit the ball into the net. You're right, great movement, great patience from Rangers, and it's paid off for them.
After being confirmed as champions more than a month earlier, Captain Lee McCulloch was finally able to get his hands on the League One trophy at last. But before the players and coaching team celebrated another convincing success, the manager took time to dedicate the title triumph to a true legend.
First of all, on behalf of all the players and all the staff, we would like you to thank you very, very much again for your quite unbelievable support this season. quite frankly, there has been a lot said and a lot written about the support, but it's until you speak to people out with your own country, and you get friends all over the world, whether it's Australia, United States or wherever, and they genuinely cannot believe the support that we have and the love we have for our football club. I have to say to you, today is, I think it's a strange day, because you all deserve to celebrate, players and fans alike, but there is absolutely no doubt it's one of the saddest days in our club's 140-year history. I have to tell you, we have lost. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to say to you, guys, we have lost an unbelievable Ranger, but we have lost an unbelievable human being. A finer man I don't think I've ever met. And with your blessing, the players and the staff would like to dedicate this year's championship to the one and only Sandy Jardine. Thank you very, very much.
Obviously a fantastic servant in the club, legend. The guy's a legend, and I just remember when I first signed, he was in helping me every day to find the house, just helping out the family and everything. Just absolute gentleman of a guy. So I think it'll be obviously a sore one, but what a legend, and I think just thoughts of his family at the moment.
It's been a tremendous season for them, and obviously a very sad day for the club as well, you know. But the lads went about their work, you know, and as Ali just said, it's a tribute to Sandy today, and obviously dedicated the championship to Sandy, and you know, they've been fantastic the whole season, and they deserve a good night tonight.
Obviously it's been a difficult week with Sandy, you know. I didn't really know him too well, but any time I met him, he was really nice, and he seemed like a real genuine guy. And obviously it's a massive loss for everyone involved in the club, and nice to sign off with a victory for him.
Sandy's been around the club for decades. He's been our biggest fan for the last 3 years. Everything that's happened in the club. When I came when I was 16 years old, he was one of the ones that took me under pretty much under his wing and just told me everything about the club. I knew everything because obviously I grew up a Rangers fan, but boys that come here and don't know what the club's all about, he tries to install the traits and all the ambitions that the club has going on to winning titles and stuff like that. So really obviously sad to lose Sandy Jardine. It was a devastating day, but all the boys and all the fans have to dedicate this championship to him for sure.
I think all what the club's been through, you know, it's very special, and obviously with the kind of sad passing of Sandy the other day, you know, it just makes it more emotional.
It's a game you dream of as a wee boy, playing in the games like this in front of 50,000 folk. We knew we were going to lift the trophy today, so we didn't want to finish on a bad note. So the boys went out, put on a good performance. Delighted to get my goal, delighted to get man of the match, and just delighted with all this. The fans have been brilliant this year, and hopefully we can go again and do it next year.
The main reason why I signed for the club, with the history the club has of winning trophies and leagues and things like that. So no, it's been a fantastic season. The lads have been brilliant, so it's been a great day to finish the season off.
I think it was very good, and the game we played well, a good score, and I think we deserve it after all of this season. Everyone was waiting to have this trophy at home, and very good.
You know, 101 points out of 105. I think we might have settled for that at the start of the season, and the lads deserve all the credit going, because you know it's not easy winning, you know, the vast majority of games in any league, and they've proved that their consistency to turn out results has been nothing short of remarkable. And I'm just so pleased that on what is quite obviously a sad day as well, that the players and the fans, you know, can show the respect for one of the greatest Rangers men ever. But at the same time, he would have wanted us to celebrate, and I just hope we did him proud.
With 39 points separating the two sides, Rangers travelled to play Dunfermline at East End Park in their last game of 2013-14 with only one thing on their mind: to finish a league season unbeaten for the first time in 115 years.
Although Dunfermline haven't really threatened either, Derek.
No, they haven't. You know, they've had a couple of little, half chances early on in the game, but the Rangers have, they're okay at the back, apart from the first 10 minutes making a few mistakes.
Here's Nicky Law, gets it from John Daly. Nicky Law tries to squeeze it into the goal area. He's got a second chance. Nicky Law, Dean Shields, goal Rangers. Dean Shields' good run continues. If there was a flea in the rear through half-time, Dean Shields has got the message. He celebrates for the young Rangers there and looks to the skies. It's Dunfermline 0, Rangers 1, Dean Shields on target. It's 4 goals in the last 5 games for the Northern Ireland internationalist. Squittle with a delivery. Free header. It's back off the bar and it's in. It's Lewis Martin has got Dunfermline back on terms. If this finishes one's about, it will be 102 points, as the final whistle does indeed blow. Frustration in the final outing of the season for Ali McCoist. However, a record has been achieved. Rangers go through the campaign undefeated, bringing the curtain down here at East End Park. Job done is the cry. Looking forward to the championship next season for the afternoon here in the Kingdom of Fife. And it's finished here. Dunfermline 1, Rangers 1.
That's a crazy thing to say, but I've probably as nervous the last 10 minutes than I have been the whole season. I didn't want to lose a goal just for the players. I just didn't want to lose a goal for the players because they didn't deserve to lose a goal and end up losing a game. Listen, we weren't great today, of course we weren't. We got a good start to the second half. First half was a bit of a non-event with 1 or 2 chances. Still could have and should have scored, which I've been saying to you quite on a regular basis. Then we got this goal at the start of the second half and never really went on to capitalise. But it was imperative that we didn't lose the game. And 33 victories out of 36 and 3 draws. I think they're great figures.
With all 36 league matches completed, Rangers sat proudly at the top of the pile on 102 points, an incredible 39 ahead of nearest rivals Dunfermline, who themselves had an excellent season and comfortably made the playoffs. The Light Blues won 33 of their 36 fixtures, drawing the other 3 while scoring 106 goals in the process and conceding only 18, just 1 for every 2 games. Before the players went for well-deserved holidays, there were individual honours to be dished out at the annual Player of the Year awards. John Daly was the obvious winner of the Sam English Bowl, given to the top league goalscorer. The Irish striker netted 25 times in all competitions this season, including 20 goals in League One, and was pleased with his tally.
Yeah, obviously thrilled with it. 25 goals in any season is really good, and surpassed anything I've done in previous seasons. And that's other clubs have, obviously when I was at United I took penalties as well. Obviously I've not took penalties this year as well, so quite happy with 25. And but you always probably want a couple more, and probably could have had a couple more. But I'll take 25 for my first season and hopefully build on that next year.
Fraser Aird was the outstanding candidate in the Young Player of the Year category, as the Canadian made a huge impression, starting all bar one of the first team's final 25 games.
I'm delighted with my season. The gaffer showed a lot of faith in me, and obviously I got to give it up to my teammates. Without them I wouldn't have got the award, so I'm delighted and hopefully I can kick on again next year.
The goal of the season prize went to Ian Black for his stunning strike against Forfar Athletic in March. Mary Gallagher, better known to many Rangers fans as Tiny, was presented with the John Gregg Achievement Award for her and her family's dedicated service to the club spanning more than 80 years. But it was Lee Wallace who was the star of the night, as he was named the winner of the Player of the Year and Players' Player of the Year prizes, adding to the PFA Scotland League One Player of the Year award he received the previous week. The defender was thrilled and took time to reiterate his desire to spend many more successful years at Ibrox.
When I came in, I knew boys for Rangers when I first came into the club, and they always spoke about that there's that bug you get, and it didn't take me very long to get that bug. And hopefully, as you know, that how I feel about Rangers, I maybe didn't grow up as a supporter, but I certainly knew all about them, and certainly know all about them now, and I know what it means, and I know what it means to the fans, and I know what it means to the traditions and the history of the club. And it's just, that's a big aim of mine, to be here for a long, long time and become successful with Rangers, and that's exactly what we're about as a club, and that's success.
Out with the first team, the youth department was to have a season of mixed emotions. The under-17s narrowly lost the City of Glasgow Cup final to Celtic, but Gordon Jury's under-20s delivered their first SFA Youth Cup in 6 years. Having only just missed out on the league title as well, they won a dramatic penalty shootout 8-7 against Hearts after the sides had drawn 2-2 in Paisley, with goalkeeper Liam Kelly making 4 saves and scoring the winner. With the dust settled and the League One trophy taking pride of place in the Ibrox trophy room, the players and management team can now look back on a job well done. When they do so, they'll appreciate to a man that one key factor in their success was the unwavering support both at home and away from the Ibrox faithful.
The last 2 years have been phenomenal, especially with everybody knows what happened to the club and where the club has been, and the support they've shown home and away has been unbelievable. The way the players can't speak highly enough, and the way the shivers that you still get going down that tunnel at Ibrox, the way they sing, the way they support is phenomenal. And this season we've averaged 40,000, and that to be in the League One Scotland is just a credit to themselves. So hopefully we can just keep bringing them more and more success as we aim to get the club back up to where we belong. But without them, then this club would be nothing.
My friends down south and abroad just can't believe it, and there's a part of me is the same. You know, 72,000 season tickets for a team in the third or fourth flight and then third flight of Scottish football is remarkable. To show the same courage and determination and desire to support your team and your football club is fantastic. We are unbelievably fortunate to have them. Particularly at the away grounds, they've been all over. You know, and a lot of people thought the novelty would wear off last year going to perhaps Elgin and Peterhead and Berwick, but no, not at all. They've turned up at Forfar, Brechin, Arbroath, all over the place. They've actually been out of this world, and I don't have any doubts, you know, that without their support, we certainly would have nothing like the success that the club's had in the last 140 years. But the last 2 or 3 years, when we really, really have needed them, they've been there shoulder to shoulder with us.
Anticipation of the new championship season is already mounting, with many of the belief that division could be more competitive and exciting than the Premiership itself. With Hearts joining Rangers there and the likes of Falkirk pushing for promotion too, it promises to be quite a campaign.
We know next season it's a level up, so we need to adapt our game, and I'm sure we'll bring up to the challenge, and I'm sure we'll meet everything that's thrown at us next season.
The priority always has been get back to the top flight as quickly as we can. We've got a chance to do that next year, so we'll see where it takes us. That is the priority.
It's going to be exciting, you know, me having to go back to Tynecastle, and you know, it was a great place, and I had good memories there. But no, it'll be a really exciting league, and I'm sure, you know, all the punters will be excited for it as well.
It'll be a really hard league, but one that we've got to be confident that we can go and win. We'll be looking to get back pre-season, get our groundwork in and hit the ground running for the season starting.
Already there's a number of good teams in that league, but it's a league that we're going to win, and it's a league that we're going to win in the same fashion as we've done this year. That's the ambition we've got to set. We know that it's going to be competitive, but the big motivation behind it is that we're only a year off the top flight, and as I keep saying it, that's where we should be playing our football, so we're all looking forward to it.
The 2013-14 season was a record-breaking campaign that saw Rangers steamroll their way to the League One title. It will undoubtedly be remembered for the first unbeaten championship triumph since 1899, and for the sad loss of a club legend and idol. It wasn't always pretty, but grit and determination were evident throughout as the Light Blues' objective was achieved: to get the club to the next stage, where the journey continues.